I nearly died 3 times. This all happened during a 5-month stay in intensive care. At this point, I was admitted because I was in end-stage heart failure. I could barely walk. I was extremely ill. During my time in hospital, I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to chew foods. One of the times that I nearly passed away was when I was having blood clots in my lung and I went into respiratory arrest. So I've got a nice scar on my side here where they had to cut inside to drain the lung of that blood. Thankfully that was okay. The other 2 occasions, so an oxygen tube that I had, I spent a long time intubated, shall I say, in the hospital, and the oxygen tube itself cracked, and from there, I went into not breathing, and they had to carry out CPR because I had some tubes in my stomach. They couldn't do it manually, so therefore they had to do it through a machine, which I've never seen it, but it sounds pretty impressive. And then the 3rd time, it was an extreme blood loss. During my 5 months, they said I had around about 135 units of blood. So crazy how that happens, and extremely grateful for anyone that donates blood. I really appreciate the efforts that you're doing. There was also another occasion, you could say, when I ended up having a bleed on the brain as well. So I had a subarachnoid hemorrhage. Woke up one night in hospital. I was throwing up and had the most painful headache ever. So I see Myla wants to get involved, and thankfully that was all sorted, and I managed to go back onto the transplant list. After 4.5 months in hospital, I went down, had the transplant. Amazingly, only 2 weeks after that, I was able to walk out of the hospital and then back home. It was during the first COVID lockdown that this happened, so I couldn't go and see my 2 boys straight away because I had to go straight into shielding, and of course we weren't allowed to mingle with other people, which added to the pain. So thankfully that is all over and done with, and I'm coming up to 5 years transplant anniversary in April this year. I'm planning to run my 3rd marathon April as well, so I'm starting the training for it, recovering a bit over the festive period, perhaps eating a bit more than what I usually do. Trying to go out running as well in this weather is a bit more difficult. However, it's important to set goals, and that is the next one that I want to achieve, and I want to beat my previous time.